I feel like Charles Xavier on this thing. Behind me is the new STIGA Gyro 700E. In this video, we are going to look at the specs, see what it can and can't do, test it in short grass and some long grass, and see what this machine is really capable of. Is it any good? Let's find out. Tested by Machinery Nation. Firstly, let's address the most noticeable difference before we start. Where's the steering wheel? The UK market has only just recently got used to the lap bar steering. Are we ready for something new? But this is from another dimension. It's got a joystick control. Have we seen that before? No, it's brand new. What have STIGA done? Well, as history has taught us, STIGA have never been afraid to try something new. They were the first to import rotary mowers in the 1950s. They were the first people to ever create a battery-powered lawnmower in the 1960s. First to introduce mulching and remote technology in the 1980s. And the first to introduce four-wheel drive on a ride-on lawnmower in the noughties. So it turns out they've been fairly innovative already. So have they started a new trend, a new craze, revolutionising the lawnmower market? Well, on that note, I think it's time to have a go. And if you haven't already, if you'd do us a massive favour and click like on this video and click subscribe. Complete disclosure, I have already had a go. I've driven it to the garden, and yeah, it takes a minute to get used to it. Ease of access, look at it. So there we go, look at this. In and down and on. Down with the armrest, in with the key, automatically turns on as soon as the key's in, which does mean you've got to take the key out every time. Do I like that? I don't know. Hold the button down, green light flashes, wait for the green light to stop, and then we are live. And then you press this little button in here, beep, and then we're ready to go. You just push the joystick forward and you go forward. You turn the joystick left, you go left. Turn the joystick right, you go right. Pull the joystick back, you go back. But obviously when you're in forwards and reverse, you can manipulate the steering obviously. So when you're there, you can then go, ooh, snake around a little bit. It's quite intuitive, it's quite easy to get used to. In an open space like this, I definitely wouldn't advise having a go in quite a confined space to start with, because as I said, it does take a minute to get used to. Let's cut some grass. Right, I'm going to lower the deck down a little bit. We are going to go to level 5. It's got 8 settings, 8 heights, which is nice. Right, blades. She's going up. Oh, soft start as well. Soft start. Right, we're mowing. We're mowing. And we're cutting. We're cutting. We're mowing grass. This grass is about 4 or 5 inches. There we are, look at that. Yeah. Now we're cutting some grass. So this is inside discharge. You can get the mulching option on it as well. See, STIGA are very well known for their mulching, as mentioned just now. And this deck is actually off of one of their normal ride-on mowers anyway. This is a pre-production model. This isn't the thing, but I understand that dealers have now actually got the proper, you know, production models in store. So there's a few noticeable differences apparently. So how hard is it to keep it in the straight line? Interesting question, because I'm terrible at straight lines anyway. So don't base this all on the mower's capabilities. I'm not looking at the meter mower, I'm looking at the camera and keeping it in a straight line. Ah! I can feel myself wandering a little bit. No, that's all right, no, that's okay. I can cope with that. And then to the right. Ooh. The Gyro 700E comes with a 108cm 43-inch cutting deck. Also available is the Gyro 500E, the slightly smaller option with a 98cm 38-inch cutting deck. And already in development is the 900E series commercial version, which will have a 125cm 50-inch cutting deck. The decks come as standard with both side discharge and mulching options, which is positioned offset to make sure you have a clean finish on your lawn, with the bonus of being able to leave a tidy finish when mulching short grass and having the side discharge function for heavier work. The 700E is powered with a 64 amp hour battery pack. STIGA quote this machine is capable of up to 8,000 square meters of working area on one charge. Yes, that's just shy of 2 acres without having to stop. The smaller 500E comes with a 40 amp hour battery and it can cut up to 5,000 square meters. And the 900E is rumoured to cope with up to 12,000 square meters on one charge, with possible options including a changeable battery pack, which will make it limitless. The ease of access is definitely worth noting, with no obstructions or obstacles to gain access, especially for those who struggle getting on and off of a traditional ride-on mower. The joystick is pretty much what you'd expect. STIGA call it drive-by-wire and labelled it eMotion, and claim that it is easier to use than the traditional zero-turn controls. Now with one hand you can control the machine's direction, steering and speed with the flick of your wrist, thus producing a 360-degree turning radius, making cutting around trees and borders a breeze. The height adjustment lever is positioned nicely between the legs so you can effortlessly change your cutting height. The interface offers you control at every level. Not only can you control your driving speeds, but also that of your blades, all while the management system keeps control of your traction and machine's performance, maximising safety and your precise trajectory. So yeah, it's definitely different to use, there's no getting away from it, but it's fun, it's really good. And once you've got the hang of it, it's really, really simple and very, very easy to control. So in a previous video, we've done a drag race with battery mowers, but this one wasn't there. So we're going to do it now. We're just putting it to top speed and I'm going to see how fast I can quickly get to the bottom of the garden and back again. On, go. Okay, that's definitely fast. Yeah, that's fast. Does it stop? That's right, back around again. Definitely slower turning. There we go, back in. Yeah, it's fairly rapid. I don't know why you'd ever want to go this fast on a ride on mower, so I call that fast enough. Whoa! Stop, that's fun. So this mower is a lawnmower, right? It's not designed for this stuff, but we're going to see what it can do, because, well, why not? Because we know some of you out there are going to try to do it yourselves. We'll try some shallower stuff first and then move into this. I feel like Charles Xavier on this thing, from X-Men, you know? So in other words, if you have this machine, you feel like the most powerful mutant in the world. We are cutting some longer grass. This is like 6 inches-ish. Cutting it down to about 4, so we're not cutting massive stuff. Obviously a bit of heaver as well. Ah, I'd already gone a slope. We're going to do that in a minute. Taking it steady. So you can hear the blades changing. But it's cutting it. It's not a rough cut mower, please. You might void your warranty if you use it for that. I don't know. Oh, that's a question for STIGA, not me. 2.5 foot tall, stinging nettles, thistles, heaver grass, couch grass, all the horrible stuff. I hope the proper production ones have a faster reverse. There might be a safety thing, I don't know. Anyway, let's go back up here again. It is heaving grass, isn't it? It is like a forage harvester. Oh. Oh, there's a tree there. I don't want to drive over a tree. It's not a tree, it's a branch. You all just realised I would have sworn then if I had carried on. It cuts it. That's very impressive. I like it. So right, now it's time to try on some slopes. We've got about a 15-degree slope here, which I think is pretty much what this machine is rated to. We've got something a little bit steeper over there in a minute just to see what it can and can't do. I'll probably make a fool of myself, but here it goes. Let's just go down over the slope. Yeah. That's all right. Right, let's try back up again. Right, back up the same bit. Yeah, quite happy. No problem at all. What about stopping on the slope? Oh. I've done it myself. I don't actually deliberately do that. Yeah, stopping on the slope downwards, right? Not that this is much of a slope, admittedly. I'd like to think it'll do this easy. Right, stop. Oh, it automatically brakes. You know, there's no handbrake or anything on this thing. On. And there we are, we're off. Look at that. Straight up over. Right, so I'm going across the slope. That doesn't seem too bad. Seems bearable. Doesn't feel, it's not, again, it's not a very, very big slope, but. Right, yeah, that's all right. Gonna go over the quad bike jump. Can it go over or we're gonna ground out? No, it went over. Right, steep slope now, 30 degrees. The steepest bit of the whole place we've got here. Just not meant for this sort of slope. I don't know what I was worried about. Now, oh, now then it speeds up. Okay. So it's got some sort of hill descent thing here. On this mower, calculated into it. It's got to. Do I want to go back up this or not? Am I going to do it? Am I brave enough? I don't know. Yes. Or not. I've been here before. It doesn't like it, it's just trying to go sideways now. Like I said, a good lawnmower knows its limitations. Well, my joystick is full on right, there we go. Now it's coming back round. So let's stick with the manufacturer's recommendations of 15 degrees. Right, quick little idea. I am going to get Will, our cameraman, to have a go on it because he is an inexperienced operator. It'd be just like you'd be trying it for the first time. So obviously I had to play with it before you saw me drive it. So I got used to it. This is going to be different. All right, here's William. If you haven't met him before, he's awesome. We'd love William. Right, so he's never driven it before. Right, well, was the key in? Yeah, I left the key in, didn't I? Cool, right, have you got lights on the dash?
Yeah.
Right, now push down the bottom middle button. Just hold that down, the on button. Solid green?
Yeah, solid green.
Yeah, right, now it's live.
Right.
So now on your joystick, you're holding that little lever,
Yeah.
and then as soon as you press that forwards, you're going to start going forwards. Look at that, look. He's away. See, that is how easy it is. Bearing in mind, I'm working the camera now, so I can only apologise. I'm not as good as William. I'm an inexperienced operator on a camera. He is an inexperienced operator on a ride-on mower. Look at that. How was it, Will?
Seems pretty easy. Straightforward.
Cool. There we go. Right, next bit. So I think Will just proved a point that it is actually really easy to use even if you don't really know what you're doing. So that's great. We have just had word from STIGA because this is a pre-production model and they've just said that there's already an update with the production models that they're making. I've said about reverse being quite slow. Well, that has actually been sped up on the production model, so it's now not an issue. And also when you're on slopes, as we've just done, when you go down over the slope, it slows down. That is deliberate. I noticed that when we're using it, but it also now is more technically advanced because when you come off the slope, it'll then automatically speed up again. So it has some updates already. So the production models that you would get if you bought one would have those benefits included. So if you're interested in one of these machines, STIGA have a national-wide network of machinery dealers, which they've probably got this machine in stock in their showroom where you can view it, you can sit on it, have a feel and touch it for yourself. Definitely get in contact with them. So I think it's pretty obvious to see that I do like this machine. I really enjoy driving it. It's just nice to have something different. Obviously other machines on the market might suit you better, but this is cool. It cuts grass, it'll mulch, it will side discharge, it will tackle slightly longer grass, although I don't recommend doing what we've done, but you know, I know some of you will. But I do have a couple gripes. About it. Just little niggles really. The first one would be that if you jump off the machine and you don't take the key out, it will beep at you. So you've always got to take the key out every single time. I think it'd be better to have literally like a turn off, you know, where you actually turn it off or you turn the key off so you can actually leave the key in. Because we know not everyone takes their key out of the machine. There we are, it's beeping at me again. The other thing is you just need one hand to drive it. Well, that means this hand, while you're using it, is just not really doing very much. Well, we're missing a drinks holder. We need a drinks holder because once you've got used to the machine, there's nothing wrong with having a nice little, sip of water. Obviously don't recommend anything else. And the other is it's got this lovely USB port down here, which is great. But if you're going to plug something in to say charge your phone or something while using it, you've got nowhere to actually put it. You've got all this space here where you could have a nice little compartment to be able to put something in. Perhaps it's the keys for your garage while you're out mowing your grass you could put in there as well. But it's just always nice to have a compartment somewhere to put something in. Or even put that in the compartment rather than it being on there. In minimal things, as a mower, it's amazing. I love it. I think it's well good fun. Anyone can drive it, to be quite honest. But like I said, if you do get one, or if you do demo one, or if a dealer's watching this and they take one out to demo, make sure they put them in the middle of the lawn first and get used to it. Don't put them in a narrow little place because it's going to be a little bit jerky to start with. Put it in slow mode. That makes a difference. I wish I'd done it in slow mode when I first used it. It's well made, well put together. It's battery powered. It's quiet. It's just a pleasure to use. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like this video. Please check us out on social media. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.